Hello Reformers and welcome back to Calradia 1417 in the new update. And well, as you can quite clearly see, we are going to be doing another tournament. And we have 4 teams with 2 fighters each. Should be okay here. Usually, you know, we're doing pretty nicely in tournaments now because I do have this wonderful 2-handed mace. And someone actually said in the comments that it's the same mace that the Saranid Mamluks use, apparently, and well, I suppose I'm not surprised really, because it does look a little bit like that. It does look like a bit of a Saranid weapon, and I gotta say that I'm very much enjoying using it, because even though it is one of the slowest weapons I think I've ever used, with the exception of maybe some polearms, it is really enjoyable. And I gotta say that if you are wanting to play alongside me in this mod, or maybe something else, you know, something else that has this weapon, I'd recommend checking this out, because it is a blunt weapon as well, so the blunt weapon is, of course, going to enable you to take prisoners very easily. Now, on the subject of joining a faction, a lot of you seem to think that joining the Vagiers is a good idea, and, you know, that might be something that we want to do. So I'm going to attempt to woo one of the lords, and we're going to try and woo someone that we haven't actually wooed before, and this guy actually already likes us quite a bit, and I'm not entirely sure whether I even need to do any tasks for him, but I have taken a task from him, and the task in question is to get some runaway serfs that have just left the town that I'm currently in, doing the tournament of course, and to you know, get them back, just to bring them back basically to where he is. So that's what we're going to try and do after this, and I'm hopeful that I will not take too much damage here either, because obviously, even though I do have some much better armor than I previously did, I really do not want to take, you know, significant damage at any point. Let's see if I can actually do a little bit. I was hoping to do a little bit of damage to that fellow. Oh, no, never mind. I think that's the guy. Boyar Taisa, or Taisa, or I don't even know how to say it. Anyway, the point is that guy is the fellow that we are probably going to end up marrying, and what I'm going to try to do, because it is so early on in the game, we are going to try to take a castle, and we're going to try and take that just straight up. Just try and take it straight up, and hopefully, because we are the wife of a lord, hopefully he will gain possession of it, and then we will have a garrison to utilize. And I was initially thinking to myself, when I started this series and when I started playing as a female character, hey, you know what? Let's just choose a lord that already has a garrison, so that it makes it a little easier for us, because that means that I can, you know, bring out units from the garrison, I can place my own units in there, and I can generally just have much more utility as a result. But, well, obviously sometimes things don't really work out, and, well, I don't know whether I really want to go through the whole thing of getting 20 relation with another guy if this fellow is just going to allow us to marry him, and then we will have every single thing that we want, basically. But I just need to do the small thing of doing a bit of a siege. And that's going to be, obviously, a bit difficult sometimes. I mean, we haven't really done a siege by ourselves in this mod just yet, so it might very well turn out to be kind of difficult solo, but I do have the ability to get a huge amount of money by doing tournaments, by investing in enterprises and things like that, and as a result of investing and getting this huge amount of cash, I will be able to hopefully find the recruiter again. What's his name? Recruiter Donga or something like that? Yes, hopefully we'll be able to find him, and then we will say to him, hey, would you mind giving me 50 Swadian Knights, or whatever the case may be? Or maybe we're actually going to go and try and get some Nord Huskarls. Might make sense to get some Nord Huskarls because they are fantastic units. Anyway, there you go, there's another 25 renown for us, a little bit of extra relation with Ravedin, and 12,000 dinars. Now, I'm actually going to go into the tavern here because I haven't checked the tavern just yet. Wow, we've got some... Look at this. Agostina the Battle Maiden. She is insane. Look at her gear. Wow, the gear is crazy. Oh, this guy's also got some amazing gear. There's Nizar and Ferentis and Deshavi as well. And we might actually want to be recruiting those guys because they are going to be very cheap. So I will just be taking him, taking Deshavi as well. She joins for free after all, so that's pretty good. And we will be taking Forentis too, who also joins for free. Wow, that's pretty fantastic. Okay, so I'm actually going to go to the top here and see whether... oh, wow, there's a lot of... Can I not... Oh, there's a ransom broker. Yes. Ah, hello. I squeezed by. I squeezed by just in time to actually speak to him. Okay, so I'm going to sell everyone... Oh, another 1,000. Very good. Very nice indeed. And I don't have anything really to sell here, but I would, thanks to our growing army size, I would like to buy some food. Alright, so far we're actually doing pretty well by getting all of these villagers to go back to Rabash. Now, do bear in mind that the unfortunate thing about doing this task is that it has reduced my relation with the village quite a bit. I actually don't know by how much, but I did receive 3 different messages in regards to the deterioration of the... it's just -1 every single time. But that's okay. I think that's alright, because I'm not really going to be recruiting too many... Well, maybe we will be in the future, but at the moment I'm not going to really be recruiting too many Vagia units. So anyway, let's go back to Ravedin and see if Boyar Taisa is still there. Yes, he is. Boyar Harish is actually in here as well, who was our previous target in Season 1, shall we say. And let's see if we can speak to him. There we go. Okay, so Forentis is obviously now going to be a bit upset by this. Not a big fan of that, but well, never mind. Okay, do you have any tasks? The Lord of the Village? Oh, wow. Okay, so apparently... apparently these fellows are always troublesome. So yes, I will go and get some taxes from there, but I am going to see if we can... No, there are other maidens. Okay. Well, look at this. He says, "Farewell, my lady. I shall remain your most ardent admirer." I find that kind of weird how he's just like, yes, okay, but there are other people that I would like to get involved with, and yet, you know, he says we are the most ardent admirer. Well, he is the most ardent admirer for us. Anyway, well, it's kind of weird. Anyway, let's go over to the village and get those taxes. Alright, so more relation decreases from the village here, but thankfully it's just one village. We're not, you know, completely negating the ability to recruit from other villages, and we have now gained 3,400, which is actually not that much in what we have at the moment. Ooh, hello there. I might like to attack this mercenary band. That might make sense. So let me see if I can do that. I'm going to actually take a look and see what Deshavi is getting here. So she's a Pathfinder, spotter, tracker person. So, and she's also good at using a bow. So I'm actually just going to spec her into power draw, get her a little bit more in archery. And then we're going to be moving on. I've actually leveled up as well, so it might make sense for me to spec into something. Yes, what I was going to spec in the previous episode was saving up that skill point for the strength level. Now we have Power Strike 4 and Iron Flesh 4, which is very nice. So let's level up my two-handed a little bit more. And I'm actually going to go over here and try and attack this mercenary warband. Hopefully they won't meet up with any other... Yeah, that is indeed the issue. I don't fancy my chances, to be honest, because they do have some horse archers. I don't know how good the horse archers are in this mod or anything like that, but it's going to be a bit difficult. Alright, so we're here speaking to the Boyar once again. Here are the taxes. Another little bit of relation for him. Do you have any others? I'm not a big fan of this. Okay, deliver a message to Boyar Nelag. Nelag Castle. Okay, so Nelag Castle, as far as I'm aware, is very far away. Yeah, it's all the way over here. This is just absolutely pathetic work that we have to do. But oh well, never mind. Alright, so we're here with the nervous man. I just accepted another task from Boyar Taisa, and he said to come over here and try and search for the murderer. So let's see what we can do. Execute the law. Yes. Murder. There we go. Technically it's not murder because we're actually just knocking him unconscious, but yeah, it kind of counts it like that. Now, yes, we come all the way up here. All the way up here. Crazy. Alright, so we are now in the next town that I would like to get an enterprise up and running in. I've taken a look at all of the options so far, basically the Weaverian Dye Works is the thing that is going to give me the most money per week. So that's what we'll be doing. And there you go. Alright, so I've also done a little bit of testing in regards to the graphic options. And basically what I found is that with the Blinding White Snow, it's a good idea to enable HDR, but then, and hold on to your horses, enable the two options just beneath that, because that is actually going to make a little bit of difference in regards to the blinding whiteness. Obviously you could turn off HDR, but even then the snow was very, very bright. Anyway, we're going to be moving on, and I've been doing a lot of tasks for Boyar Thais. I've been just basically doing errands after errand after errand. It's crazy. Alright, so it seems like we have entered a battle between a couple of Vajir vassals and a Khergit vassal, and usually, you know me, I'm not a big fan of, well, apparently the snow is not actually better. Anyway, not a fan of fighting against the Khergits. I'm actually going to disable HDR real quick. Alright, so it seems to have made a small difference. It's still very, very bright, but, well, whatever the case, I am hopeful that I will be able to get a couple of kills here and maybe even take some of them prisoner, because, of course, we do have a sizable amount of prisoner management. Now, I'm going to just tell my people just to charge straight on in here. I don't have too much to lose. Obviously, I have a couple of Swadian knights, but hopefully now that I have invested into... Well, just got murdered by a Khergit Lancer. But yes, this is actually the first time that we've been... Isn't this the first time I've died so far? Yeah, probably is the first time I've died. But anyway, point is, once this battle is done, I think we should have a pretty good chance of being able to marry our boyar that we've chosen. And that is because I've literally been delivering letters for the past, I don't even know, 15 minutes or something? 10 minutes? I don't know. Something like that. I've just basically been delivering letters because that's the only task he will give me, and every single time it's go to Kurin Castle, go to Sargoth, go to Nadar Castle. Thankfully they're all pretty close by, with the exception of I think he told me to go to Hun Castle at one point, and I was just saying to myself, really? Are you serious? Why do you want to speak to this guy? Isn't he an enemy of yours? Well, whatever the case, this is obviously going to be a victory. We outnumbered them quite significantly, so yeah, guess I'll see you when I am speaking to the boyar in a second. Alright, so after a little bit of extra time, because we now have 20 relation with him, I decided, hey, okay, let's do it. Let's see whether he is... Okay, apparently not. Apparently not. Do I really need to do more tasks? Surely not. Surely not. Okay, well, whatever the case, I'm going to try maybe 5 more tasks, or maybe just get to 21 or something like that, and then we'll see whether he says yes or not. And otherwise, I'm literally just going to ask Prince Yaraglek straight up whether he wants to have me as a vassal, and then we'll just capture our own castle, because this is supposed to be an easier way of getting getting a castle, or just getting into a faction. It should be much easier, but apparently for me it's not really acting as intended. But let's have a look. Okay, so this guy. Alright, so it seems like we have a little bit of success this time around. Now, this guy, basically what happened was, with Boyar Thais, I spoke to him once again when I was at 21, and as far as I am aware, you need 20 relation to be able to get an accept to any kind of marriage proposal. That whether that be, whether you're playing a male character or a female character, it's the same kind of, restriction. And I got to 20, and obviously you saw that, he was still like, oh, no, other people, are, I'm giving my attention to, so on and so forth. And, yeah, so finally I decided, hey, you know what, I'm just going to give up on this guy. His personality was obviously that of someone that is just not going to get married to anyone. And that's it. So I decided, okay, I'm going to look for someone different that has a different personality, because every single lord is obviously assigned a different personality. And as far as I'm aware, I've read on the wiki that martial lords, and I believe pitiless lords as well, they do not allow marriage to a female character, as far as I'm aware. So, don't know why that would be, but maybe, maybe that's just how it is. Now, thankfully, I found this guy who is willing to, marry us, and in general, we are going to take a look at... Okay, so he's actually decent enough in terms of, he's got 2 villages, that's absolutely fine. He's got 627 renown, which is really good too, and hopefully we'll be able to help him to expand his domain, shall we say. Very well then, as there are no obstacles to our marriage, should we then consider ourselves engaged to be wed, I will organize a great feast and we can exchange our vows before all the lords of the realm, if you are willing, that is. Yeah, there we go. Hopefully a little over a month from now we shall be wed. Fantastic. Alright, so while I'm waiting for the month to pass, basically I really shouldn't be waiting that much, but basically what I wanted to do was basically just wait and see whether there would be a tournament nearby, and I'm actually participating in one in Riverchegg right now. As you can see, we're now at tier 4 of the tournament, 8 participants remaining, 2 teams with 2 fighters each in the next round. We've been doing pretty well so far, haven't really had any difficulties as yet, but yeah, the enemies have proven to be slightly harder for some reason. I think that might be because there are quite a few lords in here. I'm not entirely sure whether they have all been eliminated though, because they all seem to get themselves killed pretty quickly, and the champion fighters do seem to be the culprits of that for the most part. And yeah, so far so good though. We are going to be getting a huge amount of money. 2 teams with 1 fighter each, that's good. And bear in mind that as soon as we are married, I will be going on the campaign trail, and we will be attempting to try and take a castle very, very soon. And, well, I believe the Vaegirs are actually at war against the Nords and the Khergit Khanate. So they are split relatively thin at the moment, and that is not good for them. But it might be very good for us, because that means that if the Nords decide to take a castle, or the Khergits decide to take a castle or something like that, then it is going to be in our favor to try and take that back, and then hopefully either we or our husband, lord, whatever you want to call him, basically he will then maybe get the keep as well. So who knows? But there's another 12,000. That's pretty cool. And I do have a dye works here as well, of course. So what I'm going to do with this other 12,000 is I'm going to go to Kudan, I think, and I'm probably going to try and buy another dye works if I can. Alright, so once again, it seems to me like the Weavery and Dye Works is going to be the most profitable. The only other option that we could have had was to select an oil press. And the oil press would have given us about 394 instead of 550. So obviously there's a little bit of a discrepancy there, but personally the Weavery and Dye Works is just superior in every way, with the exception of obviously the upfront cost being quite a lot. Anyway, what I've otherwise done with my extra money is I have gone to various taverns and I've recruited as many cheap companions as I can get my hands on. I actually found Ymira, and she's actually a very good medic, because unfortunately I haven't been able to find Jeremus or anything like that, so obviously she is the next best option. And otherwise, I also found recruiter Dunga. I believe his name's Dunga. Yes, that's it. And, oh, hello. Do you have any idea who I am? Now remove yourself from here. Thank you very much. Anyway, as I was saying, I found the recruiter guy, and I recruited 10 Nord Huskarls. Now, those guys are actually not even that expensive. I got 5 Swadian Knights for the same cost. They were 2,250. And I think we're actually going to attempt to do a little bit of fighting with some vassals next. Alright, so it is time for our battle against one of the Jarls from the Kingdom of Nords. Now, this is obviously going to be a little bit difficult because, well, the Nords are very good when it comes to their infantry. But for the most part, I think we have everything under control. We do have a lot of cavalry, actually not even on the battlefield. I'm a bit worried about that now. Oh well, never mind. We do have 12, and hopefully some of those are actually Swadian Knights. And otherwise we have 39 infantry. So let's see what I can do about moving up here and hopefully out of the way of these trees. Are these trees clippable, by the way? Let's have a look. Nope, no, they do have collision. They do have collision, so that is... Ooh, that's harsh. That is definitely harsh for our cavalry to deal with. But hopefully... Oh, yeah, this is actually a really nice battlefield for us. Kind of. I mean, there is a bit of a hill here, which is kind of bad, but otherwise everything seems to be quite nice. And we just need our infantry to hurry up a little bit. Could they hurry up a little bit? They are taking their sweet time, are they not? Oh, Nazar, you got absolutely murdered by a veteran archer, you imbecile. Oh, well, never mind. I suppose that's how it is when you don't have a helm. I haven't actually upgraded any of my companions just yet because I really have not been doing any fighting whatsoever. Maybe a battle here or there, but nothing dramatic. And so that's the reason why I haven't really shown anything, to be honest, because most of the time it's basically just a band of bandits. You know, a band of bandits here and there, and that's basically it. Nothing like a vassal battle or anything like that, so usually I will not show anything that's like, I don't know, 10 bandits, 15 bandits here and there, because it's just not worth it, you know? It doesn't really result in anything too thrilling. Ooh, that guy. Oh, there we go. We actually took him out, and as a result, we gained some renown. We did lose some relation, but that's not really a big deal. But the renown, that's always nice. That's always nice for us to get, and hopefully, I will be able to take a couple of people prisoner here as well, thanks to our wonderful, wonderful blunt weaponry. And yeah, I think as a result of this, we finally achieved what we wanted to achieve. Amusingly enough, apparently, I mean, as I've said before, I have no experience in starting from scratch and then having attempting to get a marriage proposal from one of the lords as a female character. I've never done that before. The only other time that I've gotten married was in the original Prophecy of Pendor series, and that was to one of my vassals that was previously a companion. So obviously it is kind of a bit easier to make that happen. And otherwise, it's kind of a good experience to know exactly what they say and what, indeed what lords say in particular, because lords will then say specific phrases and things to let you know what kind of personality they actually are. I just thought that it was a way for them to say, oh, you don't have enough relation with me yet to, get this particular conversation option. But apparently that is not the case, and it is literally just a flat-out decline of whatever you are attempting to do. And in this case, it's marriage, of course. So, yeah, you do need to look at that if you are going to attempt to do the same thing. As I say, I've not had any experience with it before, so it's kind of nice that we know exactly what's going on now. Anyway, we are actually able to take this guy prisoner, which I am going to do. And as you can see, we've improved our relation with the Vagias just slightly, which is not really a big deal. But he is hopefully going to reach a pretty nice ransom for us. And yeah, hopefully we'll be able to go on from there. Now, unfortunately, I haven't done anything in regards to the customization that these guys are going to be using. So I'm actually just going to upgrade one-handed weapon, shield, armor, and that's it. That's all I'm going to do with them. And I think I'm going to actually take Ymira and we're going to give her a crossbow and some bolts and things like that. She is only level 1. She has not leveled up yet. So, of course, she's not going to have any strength or anything like that. Ooh, this is actually a pretty nice piece of armor. I think it's a little bit better, yes. A little bit better than what we had. There's actually a bunch of armor here that's really good. I'm actually surprised that people are not wanting to take it. No, they don't want to take it. So they obviously have better? I am very surprised by this. I somehow don't believe it. Look at this. They're not taking that armor. Look at that. There's no way they're taking that armor. Huh. I'm actually going to take a look when we get out here and actually just see whether they did upgrade. Oh, it seems like they did. Oh, okay. My apologies, companions. My apologies. You seem to have actually upgraded when I was not aware of that. But there you go. Okay, so we have 68 out of 77. And we are going to be waiting that time for the next episode's shenanigans to continue, where we will finally get married and then we will see what we can do about capturing our first castle. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.